All right, welcome back to the Algorithm Sports Podcast, where today Spencer and I are going to be discussing week three of the NFL. Definitely one of the weirdest weeks that
Mhm.
we've had in recent memory. So it should be a good conversation. It might just be the two of us today. We do have a lot of content, so that will be no problem. But we could have a surprise appearance from Joey or Matt, but no surprise guests like last week. So like I said, we had a weird week and
Yeah,
there are a
very
lot of
weird.
games to discuss. Both of our teams got absolutely embarrassed, so we're going to talk about both of them.
hmm
And we also have the Ravens and Lions tonight, which should be one of the best games of the week. But Spencer, do you have any opening thoughts?
yeah, when the Bills, Ravens, Lions don't play on Sunday, pretty bad day of football.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what my main thoughts. And I guess, the Packers should have been in that group, but
but they weren't.
they weren't. And, that's kind of what you get when you have Jordan Love as your quarterback and you don't really know what your team is until like week 8. Like that's the type of team there. It's like, okay, they're 7-1. Okay, now we can like really start looking at them. But what have they proved in the past to make us seem? And you know, when the Eagles play like they did, they won. I
Well,
know we'll get into
counter
that. But
counter on Packers.
okay.
That's just what happens when you play the best defense in the league,
Yeah,
Cleveland Browns.
honestly, like I know we mentioned it the first like on the first podcast after week 1, we talked about or you mentioned how good the Browns defense can be. And I didn't really say like yes or no to that, but they proved it. They absolutely proved it today. And we can or yesterday I should say. And we can get into a little bit more. But yeah, that was just my like main takeaway is if you don't have some of the best offenses playing, you're gonna have just a really weird day of football.
Yep,
That's what it was, and
and that's what it was.
we'll get into that a little bit more. But that was just my opening thoughts.
All right. So the first game I think we should talk about was the game of the day yesterday, I'd
hmm
say. I think we can agree, Eagles versus Rams.
hmm
Obviously, for gamblers out there, the big implication was Rams were favored, or sorry, Eagles were favored by 3.5. And whether or not the Rams hit that game-winning field goal, they would have covered the spread. Of course, the Eagles run back, meaningless um, blocked field goal for a touchdown and Eagles covered the spread. But overall, my main takeaway on this game was that the Eagles are back. That's what I
They're
think. I would
back.
like. I'd like to hear Joey's thoughts, but the second half of that game showed me, yeah, this is the team that won the Super Bowl last year.
That's such an interesting take because I kind of had the opposite take. I get that they won this game, but like. I was box store watching because I was trying to watch this game, but then the Rams went up 26-7, and I had other games I was trying to watch as well, and I don't really want to watch the Eagles. Although it was really fun watching them lose, but I'm glad that I turned it off when I did. So maybe if you watch more of this, you'll be able to tell me about the second half. But from what I looked, like it was just really, really bad. The Eagles couldn't run the ball, they couldn't throw the ball. I know they started to do that in the second half. But they couldn't really stop on defense. I'm looking at the drives that the Rams had in the first half. It's like field goal, touchdown, field goal, field goal, field goal, touchdown. And like in the first half alone. And they didn't score in the second half, so the
Yeah,
Eagles defense kind of locked in, so to speak. Um, but I just don't think they did enough. But I see your argument with them being back. Um, the way that they played in the second half. But on the blocked field goal return for a touchdown, that should never happen because the player should go down immediately if there's no
yeah,
time left.
but come on, this massive guy picks up the ball. He's running, no one's near him. Why would he not
Yeah,
just go
no,
down?
I get it, but some voodoo dark magic is gonna show up at some point, and they're gonna get the ball knocked out, and it's gonna go back the other
Well,
way.
on that note, that's kind of my other take on the Eagles is that I think they're the new Chiefs of this year.
hmm
Voodoo Dark Magic for sure. Two blocked field
hmm
goals is just insane. I I mean, and we have more blocked field goals to talk about, but just they should not have won this game. The third quarter starts with Hurts taking a sack. deep in his own territory, fumbling it. Rams get the ball, score a touchdown immediately. It's 26-7. And then they managed to stop the Rams from scoring for the next 29 minutes.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just really impressive. That's crazy. They scored 26 points in the first half plus the first minute of the third quarter, and then they couldn't score the rest of the game. Um, but I think that Hurts was really hooking up with his receivers well in the
Yeah.
second half. AJ Brown looked really good finally. Probably reading some more stupid books.
Hmm.
Smith looked good too. Goddard was making big plays. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
just think the Eagles are that team these days that finds a way to win. And
Yeah.
maybe they've taken
I
it from the
I
Chiefs a bit,
definitely
but
agree. I definitely agree. Actually, something I'm looking at right now, I'm just looking at the stats, because I remember at halftime, before I turned it off, I saw them talking about the total yards that the Eagles had. And it was like using with the sacks that Jalen Hurts took as yards, they had like -1 passing yards if you include the sacks as negative yards, and he ended up with 226 yards and three touchdowns. Um,
mm,
so again, I didn't really watch too much of the second half, but it looks like he played very well. I have a question for you though.
mhm.
What do you think of Saquon Barkley?
Well,
Is there
this
something
is kind of
wrong?
my take on running backs,
You
where
want to save it then?
no, it's a good
Okay.
time. But we're going to talk. I actually have a little bit more on the next segment, but I just think it's so clear that the running back's shelf life in the NFL these days is just so short, and it can just be one off season that can crush someone's career. Like Barkley had one of the best years of all time last year, and I still don't find myself that surprised that he's had a very mediocre first three games because like he touched the ball so many times last year. He got hit so many times that I just think that like a human body, especially that of a what, 28-year-old, 20, yeah,
29,
28-year-old,
28.
um, who has an ACL tear in his past, two maybe. Like it doesn't take much. And I think that's why someone like Derrick Henry, who's 31 and is still doing this, is just a complete freak of nature and abnormal. But I'm not rooting for Saquon Barkley's career to just fall off. Like as much as I hate his team and as much as I frankly dislike him at this point, I don't want to see an exciting player just go away.
Hmm.
So I have hope that maybe his physical condition will ramp up a little bit, but that's not really what tends to happen as an NFL season goes
No,
on. So
no.
yeah, I don't know. Um, I think I had one last Eagles comment,
Okay.
but no, I don't remember it.
So you have the Eagles as being back, and they're already 3-0, and like they
Yeah,
won their first two games. Like they beat the Cowboys and then
Kansas City.
Kansas City. I don't even think Kansas City is good, so I don't know. But I do think the Rams are good. So I like
Yeah,
I don't want to discredit the Eagles. This was a good win. I think the Rams are very very good team. I don't want to say unlucky to lose because they kind of blew it. Um,
they
but
did kind of blow it. Yeah,
like Matt Stafford drove them down the field in the 2 minute drill or however
yeah.
much time it was, and just a freak thing that doesn't happen very often. I mean, besides
Happened
today,
a lot
it doesn't
yesterday.
happen very often. So I think both teams will be okay. I see your point with the Eagles being back, and that would suck.
Yeah,
I was excited.
this is probably a playoff rematch at some point.
Yeah, yeah, I could see this being the NFC Championship game very easily. I think the
Yeah,
are
yeah,
two of the top 4 or 5 teams in the NFC.
yeah. And I completely agree. All right, we should talk about our stupid teams.
You
Do
want to
you
go
want to start with
first, or
mine or with yours?
you want to go mine? Okay.
Yeah, let's go yours.
Um, yeah, it's a tough game. Very, very tough game. Um, because like we gave up 450 yards to Russell Wilson last week, and
Yeah,
I still believed. I was like, all right, let's see what this defense can do. Like, I was like, you know what? The Giants offense might be really good. Like that's the type of coping that I was doing after that game. So, Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, Russell Wilson, they might have a good It might just have a good offense. No, no, the
Yeah,
Cowboys defense
I think
is that bad.
I think the moral of the story is that what any quarterback does against the Cowboys is not to be taken seriously.
Hmm.
And I am sorry to say this because I can't explain this, but I really like Caleb Williams as a NFL quarterback. I think
Hmm.
he can be amazing. Like
Me
I
too.
just the signs of him, you know, moving around and escaping the pocket and making these throws, like he could be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but
Hmm.
I don't think he will be because I think he just doesn't have that dog in him. But watching him play against this awful Cowboys defense was so much fun for me. And
Yeah.
I had a great
No, I
time watching
agree.
him dice them up.
I did enjoy watching Caleb Williams because I have that same exact take. I think he can be very good. And like this felt like a very similar game style that he had at USC, where like he went against bad defenses because it's college football. And so he goes
Yeah.
up against bad defense and his players are wide open most of the time because his defense can't stop me from running routes.
It's it's
Um,
easy to be good, if your receivers are
yeah.
wide open.
I think the second I knew the Cowboys season was over, well, it happened way before this, but the second I knew for sure was that flea flicker. Did you see that flea flicker? Did you see how
Fucking
high the
terrible.
ball? Did you see how high the ball went? Like
Dude, it was so
any
bad.
like tolerable defense, that shit is blown up. Caleb Williams
It's a fumble.
gets absolutely slaughtered. But for some reason, he still had like time to set his feet and throw like 70 yards
I
down.
know. And then Luther Burden the third is
It's just
standing just
wide
like
open.
uncovered. Yeah.
Like and the
Amazing.
Cowboys defender is just standing there.
So good.
Like when that player is that far down the field and you're defending him, why are you worried about the run? Like I don't know if he just got beat or saw the run get happen and then just stopped.
Yeah, no, I'd like to
You're
see the
that far, even if you are the person that ends up making the tackle, the run is already like 25 yards and you're gonna be one on one. So you're still gonna have to win. You're still gonna have to tackle him in open space, one on one. Like
yeah.
that should be the least of your worries, and yet you leave him. It was just so frustrating. I think what
And
made it even worse was the Cowboys' defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus,
oh, the revenge game.
the revenge game. But how are you such a bad defensive coordinator that again the quarterback that got you fired because you couldn't figure out how to play offense with him goes for what? 300 yards and
300
four
yards, yeah, three
touchdowns on only
touchdowns,
19
four. Yeah.
completions.
Yeah. Great
Um,
game from him.
Great game. Great game. I also it wouldn't really matter, but Dak Prescott throwing two picks is not ideal.
Well, and CD left the
CD
game.
injury, but like again, we lost badly. Like we were already down two scores when CD went out. It's not like
Yeah.
it was like the Bears like could not be stopped. Like it was so bad.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
speaking of bad,
yeah.
the other way around, we're going to talk about offensive struggles. Giants lose 22-9 to the Chiefs in a game that was, I mean, I didn't watch the game. I wanted to go like no spoilers, wake up, watch it in the morning. But literally, the text on my phone from my dad is, "You should be so happy you didn't have to watch that game." I thought, oh, I'm not watching this game. So I watched highlights. And this is what's so frustrating about the Giants for these past, I don't know, forever.
Yeah.
Is
Since
like
their
they
Super Bowl
lose these
win.
games that are multi-score differences, and it doesn't really seem like they had a chance, but they always do have a chance.
Hmm.
They totally could win these games if they just made like a few clutch plays, could finish a drive here and there. But no, they're just so pathetic. And like Wilson has to go. Wilson was horrible. 18 for 32, 160 yards, two interceptions.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
His leading receiver was Scattaboo, who had a great game, by the way, 60 yards on the ground with a touchdown and
In
60
my
receiving
fantasy
yards.
bench, on my fantasy bench, although
Mhm.
James Conner just broke his ankle, so
Right.
Cam Scatterby will be in.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, Wilson, and he just threw some really bad interceptions.
Hmm.
So
That
whatever.
last did you see the last play or like the last thing when they were on the goal line? The
Yeah, and
last
he just
possession.
lofts it over the end zone.
Well, he did it like four times. He,
Yeah.
he took a sack or something, then threw it away, then hit the goalpost or whatever.
Like what Bill Simmons talks about this. Why are you worried about throwing an interception on fourth down? Like it doesn't
Hmm.
matter. It's the same difference. I don't know. I really hope that this is motivation for Dart to come in just because it would be fun. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I think that the what's it called? The game against the Cowboys bought Wilson another couple games that he shouldn't have because he
Yeah.
played so well. So
You know, can I defend the Giants a tiny bit really quickly?
sure.
I thought their defense looked really good for a majority of the game. And I
Yeah.
really like I genuinely really like the Giants defensive line. Like
Yeah.
in their box, like the front eight, I would say. The cornerbacks and safeties, probably not gonna do much for you. But Abdul Carter, Thibodeau looks amazing. You have Brian Burns. I think if the Giants can somehow like put an entire offense together, or most of an offense, or maybe Dart is just him next year or something, or later this year, and Neighbors is really, really good. You get a couple offensive linemen. Scatterbo looked pretty good. Like you're a couple pieces away from maybe having a pretty good team, but those pieces are massive pieces, including a franchise quarterback, which is really hard to find.
Yeah. And I think we're really badly coached, honestly. We never win close games. And
Like, yeah.
I just think that Dayball kind of tricked us into thinking he was a good coach because he had the one year like when we were living in Cassell.
Yeah. Well,
So
maybe Daniel Jones is just that good and
could be,
um
could be.
but missed a blocked PAT too.
Well, we had our punter kicking that one. I guess Gano was hurt or something, but yeah, our
Yeah,
punter
yeah.
kicked that one.
But
So
I mean still like
yeah,
that's just type of shit that happens to mediocre teams.
yeah, I know.
But
But I
I you know I don't know if that you got this from the highlights as well. I kind of watched it in the background. I had other stuff going on, but I had this in the background. Um, but it didn't look like the Chiefs' offense was very good either.
The Chiefs offense is never good.
Yeah.
Like their running backs are old, and I guess Pacheco's not old, but he's not even good. And the receivers are just awful. I guess they'll get Rice and Worthy back at some point, but yeah, I don't know. I do defend Mahomes in the sense that I think the situation around him is quite bad.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm not trying to like say Mahomes is bad or anything. I'm just saying like I don't think the Chiefs are good. Like,
Yeah, I don't
and
know, man.
I think that's not like oh my God, a 1-2 team is not that good. But yeah,
Yeah,
I really don't think they are.
yeah. Well, I think the Chiefs are going to have a hard time winning their division because the Chargers are 3-0,
Mm,
and they appear to be one of the AFC's best teams, maybe behind Buffalo and
yeah,
Baltimore.
I
Herbert
agree.
was Herbert was very clutch yesterday. They were down 20 to 13
Hmm.
with 5 minutes left, and he gets a great touchdown drive, get the ball back, game-winning field goal. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I've always been a bit of a Herbert denier, but do you think
Yeah,
that
you
this is
mentioned in the
legit?
preseason did you take the Chargers under or did you just
Oh
like
yeah,
you did,
I
yeah.
did.
Um I want to move to the Broncos really quick because this is what my takeaway from this game was. I think the Broncos are a really unlucky team because I thought they played pretty well. And, you know, luck is whatever in sports. Like you could be lucky, you could be unlucky. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of just based on skill in the long run. Um, but they lost last week's game on
The leverage
the
play.
leverage play. They lost on a game-winning field goal. And they still were in the position to give up those game-winning field goals in the end. So
Yeah.
how much of it is luck if they're in the position to give it away in the first place? You know what I mean? But I don't think they're as bad as a 1-2 record says. And
Yeah.
a 1-2 record is the same record as the the Bears, the Cowboys. Like, are they on the same level? I don't think they're even close to that level. I think they're much better. I think their defense has been a little shaky,
It was
but
pretty good yesterday though.
yeah, no, I'm saying like to start the season, like in
Yeah.
general, I thought they've looked a little shaky. Um, but I think they're going to get a lot better. And usually, if they score 20 points, I think their defense will not give up 20 points. I think the Chargers are a very good team now.
Yeah, and I think the main problem with Denver is Bo Nix because he
Yeah.
has been far from impressive in his
Hmm.
first three games. His stats yesterday,
Weren't terrible, but they
14 for
weren't good.
25, 153 yards and a touchdown. So no interceptions, which is good because he's definitely had some trouble holding onto the ball.
Hmm.
118 of his 153 yards were to Sutton, which is crazy.
And just
Um,
what, like 52 on one play.
Yeah, and I think the main issue that we saw like four fucking times in this game is that he overthrew his receivers on deep balls like three
Hmm.
times, four
Hmm.
times, and it was just by like this much. So I think he can tighten that up, and
Yeah.
that would have given him like 100 more yards. So
I
we'll
also
see.
I also do think like I'm looking at the stats. I didn't even realize it was that this bad actually. Like the next leading receiver was their running back with 14 yards.
Yeah,
Like how does that happen? Like forget playing well. How do you expect to win a game
yeah,
if that's what you're doing? I don't care if the leading receiver has 300 yards. If your next leading receiver has 14, I still don't think you should expect to win.
yeah. Um, so what do we think about the Packers losing to the Browns? Because I think this has kind of been an underrated story about yesterday. The Packers
Mhm.
were considered a top three team in the league coming into this week. Browns considered a bottom 3 to 5. And not only did the Browns cover the spread, but they won. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty shocked by this.
Um, yeah, I'm very shocked. I think a lot of it has to be put on the Packers offensive line, actually.
Yeah,
Um, you know, I'll start with Jordan Love and like what happened with him. I didn't watch like the full and complete game, so I didn't get
neither
all
did
of it.
I.
But 5 sacks, I won't put all 5 of them on him. I'm sure he didn't really have much to do, but at least some of them should be on him, but most of them probably on the offensive line. Um, their leading rusher averaged less than 2 yards a rush.
Yeah,
You can't do that. You just can't get anything going if you can't run the ball and you're getting sacked 5 times a game.
yeah. And the Browns have an awesome defensive line. It's true. Like
Awesome defensive.
Garrett's great. I wanted to give a shout out. I did not want this name to go unsaid.
The kicker.
Quinshawn Judkins.
Oh.
Yep, yep, that's a real NFL player's name now. Quinshawn Judkins, uh,
Wow. Oh my
rookie
God.
running back from
100
Ohio
yards.
State. And yeah, he rushed for almost 100 yards. He was very good. And I think it's funny because for before the season, Bill Simmons was like, the Browns picked the wrong Ohio State running back because they picked Judkins and the Patriots picked Travion Henderson. But I don't really know why he had just decided that before the season started.
He's a Patriots fan.
Yeah. So, but also big blocked field goal in this game. Packers were supposed to
Mm-hmm.
go up 13-7, I guess. Is that what happened? Yeah. Or no, 13-10.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and McManus gets blocked on the field goal. I want to give a quick McManus anecdote. I'm sure you weren't expecting that, but I
Mm-mm.
think I've told you about my friend Ryan Zimmerman, who
Mm-hmm.
makes both of us look like Christian boys. And his neighbor was like the aunt of Brandon McManus, the aunt and uncle, and he would always talk about it like it was so cool. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then in his closet, I found a Brandon McManus signed jersey. And I was like, oh, did you get this from your neighbors? And he's like, no, I just bought it myself. It's like,
Like,
Why?
how are you that far removed that you can't get a signed jersey?
Yeah, and you buy it like with your own money. It's
That's
so weird.
ridiculous.
So, whenever something with Brandon McManus happens, I always text my dad and my brother, and I'm like, poor Zim. So I was texting poor Zim yesterday.
That's right. Um,
Um,
to
yeah,
get back on track with the kicking game once again,
yeah,
Smite redeemed himself, right?
yeah, with a huge field goal.
Didn't he miss a big field goal week one to lose the
Yeah,
game
against the Bengals.
against the Bengals?
Yeah, he had a 55 yarder to win the
55
game.
yarder when he
Very
missed the 30
impressive.
yarder.
Yeah, good
Kicking
for
is so weird,
Smith.
man. We talk about kicking way too much, but it truly is the best part of games sometimes.
Kicking's great. I'm back on kicking.
Um, I mean, I don't think there's too much to say about this game. I think it's a really bad loss to the Packers and a really good win for the Browns. I don't think it's like a worse either way. I think, I don't know if you saw the video of Joe Flacco's emotion, but he was like, it's like he just won the Super Bowl when they won that game. I think he really enjoys, like, obviously to play at 41 for the Cleveland Browns, you have to really enjoy playing the sport. But I think he
Yeah,
really enjoys playing the sport.
there's
And
no question.
and he has, you know, like this mentality that if he doesn't win, like the world's on fire, and when he does, like everything's sunshine and rainbows, and I love that. And like, Kevin Stefanski gets a lot of shit because the Browns are just perpetually awful. But I don't think it's his fault. I think it's the ownership's fault and what they've done to this team with the cap wise and paying Deshaun Watson 60 million a year. There's not much you can do.
No, I think Stefanski's a good coach, honestly.
Wow, 10 minutes already, damn.
Yeah, so we can fire through some of these games
Yeah.
because they're not all worth talking about. Steelers beat the Patriots. I don't
I
know if
don't
you saw much of this game.
Nope.
The Patriots were by so far the better team, and they just turned the ball over a million freaking times. Drake had one interception, and I think they had four fumbles as a
Oh
team.
my
So
God.
that's just
I didn't
terrible.
even know that.
Yeah, Drizzy Drake May, but he had a really good game. Like I was
I
impressed with
think he's
him.
been a great quarterback this year.
Yeah, at least the last 2 weeks he's been quite good. So
Oh, he did lose a fumble though. Oh my God,
he did lose
Stevenson
a
lost two
fumble.
fumbles on only four rushes.
Yeah. No, Stevenson was just an abomination. Um, Indiana Jones and the Colts take care of business. I
Top three team
mean,
in the league.
I just think that the Titans are one of the worst teams in the league again. I guess Ward has been playing fine, but I think their coaching is just like
Mhm.
a joke.
Can I give one shout out from this game?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor
Oh
has
yeah.
been like that dude
Been
this year.
so good.
I
He's been
think
so good.
I genuinely think he's been easily the best player in the NFL, I think. Like
Best running back for sure, but maybe
I
best
I'm
player.
not even doing running back. Last week against the Denver defense, 165 yards on 25 rushes. This week, 17 rushes, 102 yards and three touchdowns.
And did you see he had one insanely beautiful rush for a touchdown. It was
I did see that. I did see that. Like
yeah,
he like Stephon, like I just think
bouncing off of people.
I
Yeah, it
think
was
I think he's
46
been
yards for a
very,
touchdown.
very good. And that just shows you the power of a really good running back. Makes Daniel Jones looks like Peyton Manning. Like
Indiana Jones.
I saw this thing on Instagram. I know you don't have Instagram, but it was like my favorite thing about um Daniel Jones is that it took him leaving the Giants to turn into Josh Allen. Like, but some of the videos that you see, like you could clip up any quarterback and it'll make them look the best player to ever live. But some of the plays that he was making were actually phenomenal.
No, he's been great. Like what can you say?
Mhm.
Um, Moving on, Buccaneers beat the Jets. Should have been a
Poor
blowout.
Jets.
Jets somehow come back miraculously. Amazing blocked field goal return.
hmm
Aaron Glenn dancing down the sideline. I loved
That
that. I
was
think,
easily my favorite part of the
yeah,
day, I
I
think.
was I was rooting for the Jets after that because I was like, that was an awesome coach moment. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
because you
something
could
so
tell he
cool.
really he was so happy.
It's so
Like,
awesome.
like, like he was just happy. Like, what you want me to be? You want me to want me to root for them to lose after that? That's impossible.
Yeah.
but I
But
do love the Bucks. So
yeah, man, the Big Show, he's had three game-winning drives.
yeah, your brother took like the Buccaneers money line, and each of his parlays that he's made has just he's just thrown Bucks money line in there.
My brother loves the Bucks.
Me too. I love the Bucks. They are
Yeah,
they're just such a fun team, and Baker
they
is just
are.
such an easy guy to root for.
Everyone in the world likes Baker. I haven't heard
Everyone
of
except for
one
the
person.
fucking Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, true, but fuck
Yeah,
them.
that's
One blemish, Mike Evans seems to be hurt, so I
mm,
guess we were awaiting that, but yeah, hopefully he's back soon. We'll see. We have some two just horrible teams that I want to mention. One, Atlanta Falcons, losing 30-0 at home. Uh,
not good.
Penis
Not
Jr.
good.
Penis Jr. goes 18 for 36, 172 yards and two picks,
Gets benched for Kirk Cousins.
and they lose to Bryce Young, number one pick Bryce Young, who threw for 121 yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just terrible. That's just terrible. I don't know what else to say.
Didn't their defense have like a touchdown at some point? No.
Yeah, Penis threw a pick six,
No. Oh
and
yeah. Smith
he
Wiggs.
also threw another interception. But yeah,
I mean, I think this is like again, the Falcons and the Panthers have the same record. This is why week three is so weird.
yeah.
But do we think that these are the same like the Falcons are
I don't
I
know.
don't know anymore. I don't know
I thought the
anymore.
Falcons were good, maybe.
Me too. Like they should have won the first game, right? I don't
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
played.
against Tampa.
Yeah, they should have won the first game. They were in it. Their second, like they won the second game, and then they just lose another one and two.
Yeah, they're like a horrible loss.
But
And then
you know, do you think this is more on the Falcons or more on the Panthers?
more on the Falcons, I
I think
think.
so too.
I just think that they're a team that like doesn't actually have any real fight, and they got lucky with a beat up Minnesota team.
Yeah,
McCarthy was obviously hurt, and they got lucky with that win because I don't think the Vikings are bad at all.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think the Panthers are that good either. So
no, the Panthers aren't good at all.
I'm monitoring this Falcon situation, but it looks a little bleak, honestly.
Yeah. And then I think a much bleaker situation is Houston,
Yeah.
who lost 17-10
Yeah.
against Jacksonville. Just just horrible on offense.
We have this same
Stroud,
yeah, we have this same thing about the Texans every week. Sorry, I
yeah.
interrupted you, please.
Yeah, Stroud threw two picks. His offensive line just can't block for him at all. I saw some crazy stat that he hasn't thrown for 300 or more yards since like week two of last year.
Oh my God.
Um, not that the Jaguars were good either. I mean, the Texans have a great defense, but Lawrence 20 for 40, 222 yards and a pick. Not good.
Mhm.
Um, but the Texans just like ever since that stupid moment where Stroud lectured Caleb Williams, like it's just been all downhill.
Yeah, I I don't know. I hate seeing this because I like CJ Stroud, but I don't know. Like I mentioned this after the first game and even after the second game a little bit. We're getting pretty far removed from that rookie year. Like if we're talking about like Caleb Williams, right? How good does he have to be for like how long before we forget about his bad time? If he's good again next week, people will forget about that year and more than a year that he's been bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate saying this, and I don't know what they're gonna do. I like D'Amico Ryan as a coach, but you expect if you give up 17 points to win,
You should. You
you
should.
should.
But yeah, I don't know about Stroud, honestly. It's tough. He did have a very good rookie year. He threw over 4,000 yards, 23 to 5 TDs to INTs, regressed that to 20 to 12 touchdowns to
Mhm.
interceptions and under 4,000 yards. Now he has two touchdowns and three interceptions on the year. So I don't really understand how you can regress from your rookie year, but the stats don't lie. Um, all right. Well, I have a little gimmick, and this one's about to run out. So real quick,
Cardinals,
Vikings beat
49ers. Do you want to
the
talk about any of the games?
mm, Seahawks beat the Saints.
I don't
Whatever.
really want to talk about the
Unsurprising.
blowouts, but do you want to talk like
The
Commanders,
Niners
Raiders?
Cardinals game was just so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commanders beat the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are good.
No.
Whatever.
Vikings,
And then
Bengals.
who even knows, man? Backup bowl.
Um, is McCarthy, was that a phantom injury? Give him a little bit more time.
I bet he was a little hurt. They didn't even need him. They could just run all over the Bengals and
Yeah.
pick off Jake Browning. So yeah, they
Um,
had no issue.
that Seahawks Saints game was fun actually though, because the first quarter was fun. It was fun watching the
Yeah,
Saints just get obliterated.
I like the Seahawks, man. I
Yeah.
think they're kind of good. We'll see if that offense can really be good against a good defense because they struggled against the Niners, but they can be good.
You know what's so interesting about football though is
Yeah,
everyone was so incredibly right about the 49ers just being bad, but their schedule just being so easy.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's so interesting.
Okay, let's wrap this up and
All right.
then
You want to
do
start
another
another
one.
one? Do you want to
Yeah,
try and get in contact with
yeah, we'll see.
All right.
I'll ask. All right, so we're back for our second part of the pod. Matt's going to
Hmm.
join us later. But I have a little segment. It's a loose segment, I guess, where I just want to talk a little bit about our skill position guys, because something I noticed when I was thinking is that I don't think we've had a situation where the best receivers in the league have been more unclear. Um, so just quickly, who's the best receiver in the league? And I don't want you to say based on prior expectations or last year, like week 3 of the NFL season, who's the best receiver in the league?
Um, hmm. Damn, this is
Don't
hard.
look, don't look at anything.
I'm trying to think. Um, Prior to last night's game, I would have said Malik Neighbors, actually. I
Hmm.
think like his week 2 game, again, it's against the Cowboys. So let's give it a little of that. But he had like 160 yards and he looked fantastic. Um, it's like it hasn't been Jamar Chase. It's not Justin Jefferson.
Right.
CeeDee Lamb just got injured, and CeeDee had like big drops, so it's not him. And those are like the three that I would like look to as like who I would think would be in my top three. I know Puka Nacua has been really good. He had like 100 yards yesterday. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
But the answer's so unclear, right?
Yeah. Damn,
Yeah.
I had
I
never
mean,
thought of that. That's a good question.
yeah. So I say this because the receiving yards leaders are just bizarre. So you made a good call. Nakua is leading the league
Hmm.
in receiving yards. Second is Smith and Jigba, who's been great.
He's been great. Yeah, yeah.
Um, and third is Ricky Pearsall.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what?
Then we have neighbors, Chase, Quentin Johnston, who's
Come
been
back.
come back. He's been great, but
Mhm.
like still, he's not a top 6 receiver.
Wow.
Garrett Wilson, Jacoby Myers, Odunze, and then at 10, Wan'Dale Robinson of the Giants. So
What did he get? Like 200 yards was the Cowboys?
yeah. So all of this is to say
Wow. Oh, I'm
we
also
don't.
looking at it right now. Christian McCaffrey has 213 as
Yeah.
14th for receiving yards.
So yeah, Jefferson and Hill are 17 and 18.
Wow.
Nico Collins is 25th. Um, and yeah, we have Amon Ra, obviously hasn't played a
Yeah.
third game, but he's averaging about 80 yards a game. So that should throw him in the mix when this week's
Hmm.
over. But McLaurin down at 43, AJ Brown down at 45. So like all of these guys that we think of as being the top, 5 to 10 receivers in the league
Hmm.
are not there. Um, And I don't know, what does this say about the NFL skill positions? Because I can't really remember a time in recent years that we've had guys, hold the belt in these positions for more than like 2 or 3 years.
Hmm. Hmm. Um, I mean, I think it's something that we've known for a while, and that it's a young person's game. It's just what it is. It's not baseball. It's not even basketball. It's you have like 3 years, and if you go
Yeah.
past those 3 years, like that means you're like probably top 75% of these athletes because they get rotated in and out so easily.
Yeah.
And you know, you get if you're one of those guys and you get injured and a new guy comes in, there's a good chance that like you don't come back in if that new guy plays well. Like it's such a cutthroat league. And
Yeah.
I think because of the salary cap and how much like certain positions make, wide receivers, and I know that we're probably going to talk about running backs, it's kind of an easier position to rotate in. Like offensive line, if you're a backup offensive lineman, you're probably going to get cooked on on like 90% of plays. If you're a backup wide receiver, there's a chance you might have 100 yards a game. It's
Yeah.
just like it's just what it is. And if you're a top like 15 receiver, then you'll probably get maybe an extra 2 years. But you know, like the what looking at what Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase are doing, I know that they're going to be fine, but it's so dependent on quarterbacks too. It's such an interesting position and skill set.
Yeah. And I think what it shows is like, and this is something I've been saying for a while, and like my dad has always said this,
Hmm.
the receiver is the last piece you need on an offense,
Yeah.
I think. Running
Hmm.
backs, maybe it's the same. But if you're the Giants and you're drafting neighbors, right? They're nowhere near winning. Or maybe you
Yeah,
said you
yeah.
think so. But my point is like Neighbors is going to be wasting maybe his four best years
Hmm.
as a
Hmm.
football player on a team that's not going to win. And a team like the Chiefs that have like a, star quarterback and a great defense, like they're the team that needs a receiver now.
Hmm.
But teams that are like much farther back in developing, it just doesn't really make much sense because Cooper Kupp, he was the best receiver in the league in 2020, and now he's like an afterthought. And now
Yeah.
that's not that long ago.
Hmm. And
So,
it was taken from him by Puka Nacua, who just came at a
right,
fifth round pick.
he came out
You
of
know,
nowhere.
the thing about picking like how you build a team, I think about the Cowboys, I do a lot because of when they took CD Lamb and because of their like position heading into that. They've always had a good offensive line. Like I think that's just like part of the Cowboys' identity. I also think Jared Jones just likes being able to draft white players, and usually they're the offensive linemen. So there you go. We had a quarterback. Um, I guess you could say we had the tail end of Zeke, so we had like 3/4 of a running back. This when the year we drafted CD, and then you put him in there, and we go 12-4 for 3 straight years or 4 straight years. It
Yeah.
is the last part of an offensive puzzle if you hit on a receiver, but you take away those other pieces and you just have the receiver, you go 6-11.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what we've seen with Neighbors. And this is what happened when we had Odell Beckham 10 years ago. Like
Mm.
we had an amazing
Hmm.
receiver on a bad team, and this is just so common in the NFL. And I just don't understand how general managers haven't figured this out yet. Like like you add these guys, like the Niners added McCaffrey after they had built a
Hmm.
superb team,
Hmm.
and that's what brought them to the Super Bowl. Um, yeah, yeah. Uh,
I do see why they do it though, because if you have a young quarterback, like, but if you have like if you're gonna have Jackson Dart starting from day one, like you want to have him and Neighbors like start together and build a relationship together. But you could also think about it the other way is if you have like like a Russell Wilson s like you just to use the Giants as an example, and you just draft Malik Neighbors, use him as like a okay, this is how you're supposed to play, and then bring in Dart. I can see that, but I don't know.
Okay, but think of it this way. We're going through the best receivers in the league. Do the Buffalo Bills have any of them?
No.
No, no, not at all. Their leading receiver is, I think, Coleman. Can that be right? Yeah, their leading receiver is Coleman, who has
Hmm.
158 yards,
Yeah.
And the Ravens don't have any of the best receivers in the league. Like Zay
Hmm.
Flowers is good, but he's not like amazing.
Hmm.
Um, I guess the Eagles certainly do, but the Packers don't. Um, so my point is like you can be a great team with just like good receivers, but you
Yeah.
can't be a great team if you only have great receivers and nothing else. So
Hmm. You
same,
know, that's really interesting because it pushed me to the rushing leaders because I was curious, and we talked about
yeah,
Jonathan Taylor earlier, and you mentioned the Bills, and I was like, wait, but the Bills have an incredible offense. Oh, right, it's James Cook and Josh Allen being able to do what they do, and James Cook is second, Jonathan Taylor's first, and Derrick Henry hasn't played, but he's averaging like 90 yards a game, and he's gonna if he plays when he plays tonight, he'll probably be third, and those are your three best
yeah,
teams in the league.
yeah. I agree.
Arguably.
I think putting like a stud running back behind a great offensive line is by far the most important thing.
Hmm.
But
Oh, that's so interesting. But I also think without like we look at like the you say the Bills don't have an incredible wide receiver. Is that made up for by the quarterback though?
how do you mean?
Like you talk about the Bills not having like a receiver in the top 20, the Ravens having Zay Flowers or something. Is it made up by Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson plus Derrick Henry and James Cook like taking over the load? But if they weren't there, if James Cook wasn't on the Bills and it was just an average running back and they had a better receiver, do you think that receiver would be in the top 10 in receiving
I
yards?
just
Do you think it's just how the teams are built? And you're
maybe,
saying
but
that,
maybe I think my point might be that's the formula for success.
yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at is you're saying
Like
build
if you
running backs and yeah.
like think about the salary cap in terms of building an offense, right? Like you're better off, I mean, you have a quarterback that you pay a lot of money. You're better off
Hmm.
paying an offensive line a lot and then maybe investing in a good running back than being like the Bengals, for example, and paying
Hmm.
Burrow, Higgins, Chase, and then no offensive lineman. Like
Yeah.
that's why the Bills have a better offense. And that's why the Ravens have a better offense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Damn,
So,
I did not realize this about the receiving leaders. I wonder if
yeah,
this is like part of the reason that it's been such a weird season is like new faces, like it almost feels like the league is shifting to a new
yeah.
new style
It's
almost.
always shifting. Like there's just so much parity in like
Yeah. Hmm.
who's good, who are the stars. Like you look at so many receivers from and running backs from 3, 4 years ago, and you're like, that guy, like I don't even
Hmm.
that guy doesn't even play anymore. So yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Before we can talk about the Mets, but before I just want to do some look ahead to next week because we have some good games. Eagles Buccaneers.
Oh,
Um,
that's a fun game.
yeah, we have Rams Colts, which is a weirdly a fun game now.
Hmm.
Have Chiefs Ravens, which is a classic. And then we have, I don't know if this is a fun game, but we have Micah Parsons revenge game.
I was gonna say, yeah, no CD Lamb though is gonna be a blowout. But also the Packers didn't do anything, but the
Yeah.
Cowboys defense sucks.
Yeah, I think they might have a hard time.
did you see the first Monday night game next week?
Oh, is that the Dolphins Jets?
Yep. I almost
Yeah,
think that's a watchable just to see like that you can put the clown music to it and have a field day.
that's terrible.
Um,
Do you have
you know
any?
what? Well, one thing, I don't have any like picks. I haven't looked at it at all. I'm actually looking at it for the first time. It is what it is. I have two things I want to point out. One, what do you think the line is for the Bills Saints?
Oh, I know it. I've already listened to Guess the Lines.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's 16 and a half. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I always like guess in my head before and I guess 13 and a half.
I
But I
didn't,
ended up
I
16
didn't,
and a half.
I usually do that, but they didn't come out with an episode until a little bit after the game. It like took a little
Hmm.
while, so I went to bed already. Um, and I'm looking at it now, so I'll listen to it after. But the one right below it, the one I'm really curious about, Browns Lions. I'm excited to see what the Lions look like and
Yeah.
if that line changes
I I
because the
guess this
Browns
would be
defense could
like
be legit.
I guess this would be like 5.5, and it was eight
It's
and a
eight
half.
and a
And
half.
I was very embarrassed by how off it
I
was.
think that's too many points unless the Lions like cook tonight for real.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
it's a high-powered offense versus a potentially strong defense. Oh my God, did you see the over/under point total for Tennessee and Houston?
no, oh my God, I'm scared to look.
It's
What is
38
it?
and a half.
Oh my God.
It's
You know,
terrible.
that's actually like a sneaky over of like both teams are kind of like so bad that it becomes a shootout.
Totally, totally. It's
Um,
it's a real
man,
trifecta.
there are some like interesting games next week that could have a high storyline, like a big storyline. The Eagles Bucks. I am very excited for that
And the
game.
Chiefs are 3-point dogs at home.
No, they're favorites. Oh,
No?
the Bucks are.
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
the
you
Chiefs.
said the Chiefs. I thought you said the
Yeah, the
Eagles.
Chiefs are
My
three
bad.
point dogs at home.
Against who? The Ravens. Yeah, I
Baltimore.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Yeah, I think
that's too few points.
the three for the Eagles Tampa game is a good line. I
Yeah.
don't know where I would go with that, honestly.
In Philly
No,
too.
it's in
Oh
Tampa.
it's in. Oh my God, I'm completely misreading this. I would take Bucks plus three any day of the week.
I think the Eagles are the new Chiefs. That's my
Yeah.
fear.
Um,
Um,
Colts plus 3.5 feels like I can't keep getting away with it until they get blown out. I feel like just have to bet on them.
yeah, I
Although
don't
I
know.
really do like the Rams.
I
That's
just
a
don't think
little.
the Colts magic is going to continue.
Mm.
My
Some breaking news. Did you see Nick Bosa torn
Bosa,
ACL?
yeah. Nate is like glazing the Niners right now, and I'm like, I know
Isn't he a
they're 3 and
Niners
0,
fan
but
though?
hmm?
Isn't he a Niners fan though?
Yeah, yeah, but I'm like, I know they're 3 and 0, but this is like the poorest 3 and 0 I've ever seen.
Yeah, I
So,
agree. I
but
agree.
he says that they have one of the best defenses in the league, and it's because of Salah,
I mean,
the
that's what they
Better
had
Call
when he
Salah.
was the defensive coordinator before, so I would agree.
Yeah,
Okay. Anything else? Baseball or
no, we can
football,
talk
I
about the
mean?
Mets.
Yeah, I just want to talk a quick thing. I've kind of tapped out of like watching the Mets, but yesterday they relinquished a wild card spot or playoff spot for the first time all season. They started 1-0, and so they were technically like in the
Yeah,
playoffs from the first game and have been up until what is it, September 22nd. They started like
yeah,
the best team in the league, and for more than half the season, they have been top bottom five. And it is just so frustrating watching a team that costs a lot of money and is just so much better than their record shows, just completely fail at every single stage. If their pitching is really good, they can't hit. If they're hitting really good, they can't pitch. If both the hitting and pitching are going well, their relief pitching sucks. It's they can't get anything, and it is just the most frustrating team. I'd rather them be like really good or really bad. I can't with this like in between middling stuff, and I don't think they deserve a playoff spot.
yeah.
And it's really sad. That's all I want
Well,
to say. Typical Mets. It is what it is.
yeah.
Um,
I really,
but
I think I'm at a point in my life where I can't honestly say that I'm a baseball fan.
I haven't watched a single game in like 2 months, but I've just been watching. I just get notifications every day of like
Hmm.
loss. Oh, you won a game. Loss. Oh, you won two in a row. Congratulations. Lose four in a row,
Yeah,
and like I just can't keep doing this. So
yeah.
I'll be like I would love to go to a playoff game and root for them, but I just can't.
It's just hard to keep up on a baseball season. Like when I'm at home, like I'm at like my parents' house, it's so nice. I like suddenly get motivated to just like throw on the Yankees on TV.
Hmm.
But like when I was in DC, like I never wanted to watch the Yankees. I just never cared. And when you stop watching, you just stop paying attention to the storylines and like
Hmm.
I I don't know. And I'm just at the point where if like a baseball game's on, I just don't care. Like
Yeah,
I
me
like the
neither.
sport. I think it's a beautiful sport, but like I just I don't care about
Yeah.
the stakes of the league. Like I care about the stakes of football and
Football,
basketball
basketball.
and
Yeah.
hockey even. But baseball, I'm just like, yeah, all right, the Dodgers are good. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. Like Otani's fucking cool. And like
It's not fun
yeah,
anymore. Like I tried watching it like during my tours at 7 and 9 when there's a game on like at stops to make it go quicker. And I'd rather just sit in silence than watch than watch them. Like it's just so boring because you only get 15 minutes and that's like 7 pitches. I know with the pitch clock it's a little bit
the
better, but
game can sped up.
it's still slow.
Yeah, I don't even know what's happening with the Yankees at all. It's so sad. Like
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
care, but like I don't. And like I feel like I should care more because Judge is hitting 326 with 49 home runs and a 450 on base percentage. Like he's the best hitter of all time. I really
Yeah,
think so. I think he's the
yeah,
best hitter of all time.
yeah. Not
And
including
I don't
Barry
even
Bonds
care.
because he took steroids. It's Aaron Judge. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and
Okay.
like Otani's cool, but okay.
Yo,
I think in I think in the like the sports revolution when everything changes and it shifts, baseball is going to be the first to go. I really do.
Probably.
All right.
All
Welcome,
right, yeah,
Matt.
Matt.
yo, what's up,
So
Not
what
much.
tell us about your motion?
dude? Hold up. So basically, I was just like, post grad, you're just applying to a lot of stuff, tons of things. Um, and like, one of the things I did was I found on Facebook this like guy from like he was just posting in like my town Facebook group like, yo, I need like a production assistant, like someone who's interested in like media that's a recent grad. So I was like, all right, like I'm just gonna send him my resume. Like totally forgot about it. It was like 2 weeks ago. And then he calls me and he's like, "Hey man, like you want this job?" And it's like it's a 2 day gig. That's the thing. It's only a 2 day gig. It's not a big thing, but it's for like a Ken Burns documentary. Like it's like a panel like part of it where they're doing like a panel with like Ken Burns and like a bunch of other like you know notable kind of like journalistic people, and they're just gonna be like talking about like U.S. history and stuff. And I'm just gonna be there like helping set up some cameras and shit, and just like shooting the bullshit. Getting paid to do it too.
That's awesome.
Nice, man. That's
Yeah, man.
great. It's like
So,
such a it's like cool because it's such a unique time in life where you can just sign up for shit like that and then like you get to go do Ken Burns panel and meet like historians and stuff.
yeah, and it's like 2 days, 12 hours. So he's like, yeah, like I mean, it's only 2 days, 12 hours a day. Like, but you'll get to talk to like a lot of people who are going to be interested in this kind of stuff. So it should be a good experience for you. And I was like, yeah, man, like you'll probably meet someone who at least like now like from this, I'll definitely have I feel like another job lead like from it, like someone who's
Yeah.
Hmm.
hiring at some point.
When does it
Yeah.
start, or are you on it right now?
Saturday and Sunday, or Sunday and Monday.
Very
So
nice.
yeah, I got to cancel a flight to fucking Nantucket. Things
Why
are
do you have to go to Nantucket?
more important than
Yeah.
So that's good though. That's good. So like these types of things are
Priorities.
more important than going to Nantucket.
I mean, like it
More,
sucks. It sucks to say that, but yeah,
All right. All right. Stuff.
you're yeah, you're a hard worker. You're working hard.
yeah,
Does
man.
does Bridget know that you have to cancel the plan?
Yeah, I had to call her. Like she was at work, and I had to call her before I haven't canceled the flight yet. Before I committed to the gig, I had to call her because I didn't want to just be like surprised, like I canceled my flight. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to like make sure she at least could like be in on the decision before I made it. But like, it wasn't really
Hmm.
like it didn't really matter what she said, but it was. I feel like I wanted to give her the courtesy of like telling her before I did it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Are
Good
you heading
stuff.
back from your internship now? Is that what you're doing?
Good
Can't
time
hear
of
you.
what?
Oh,
Oh shit! Wait, hold up.
all right, now we can hear you.
All right. But yeah, how's the bat? What are we talking about? Football?
Spencer
We
asked if
talked
you're
about
heading back from
before.
your internship.
What?
Spencer asked if you're heading back from your internship.
Sorry, what's that?
Spencer asked if you're heading back from your internship.
No, so what I'm doing right. This is like not. This is a FaceTime call. This is not a
This is
podcast.
fantastic.
Um, this is a what? This is fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
I am leaving. My mom, one of my favorite teachers in middle school, um, was a Clegg major at AU, and my mom is a teacher at the middle school now, and I didn't know that when I went to AU, but was like, oh my God, like Miss Emple, she was a Clegg major, and like she asked how you're doing, and was like, oh my God, if he ever wants to meet with me about like what it's like to be a Clegg major after college, let me know. And I was like, sure. So I like talked to her about just like career stuff.
Nice.
That's
Because
awesome.
she lived in DC, she did like PR, like evil PR for a few years, and then was like, this is evil, and then got married, and then like was like, all right, I'm just gonna be a teacher and shit because still chill, you know.
Like Paolo type PR.
She was not as bad, but for like a PR firm that did stuff primarily for the healthcare industry. So she was like, some
No.
of it was chill, a lot of it was chill, some of it was like even like kind of like good, you know, like it was for like healthcare policy related stuff. But then she was like, there was some stuff she had to do for Pfizer that she was like, this is like literally evil. Like I can't continue to do this.
That's really cool.
Damn.
Yeah, and then she like
Well,
was
not
doing
cool that it
other,
was evil, but
but yeah, yeah. And then she was like, she lived in the Berks for 3 years, which was funny. Just like wow, like my teacher like lived in the Berks. Like who would have thought, you know?
I live in the Berks.
I live in the
I live
Berks.
in Letts.
He didn't even live in the Berks.
Letts.
He lived in Letts, yeah. And then
But he wore Berks.
he had a zip line.
But he wore Berks. That was the
He
joke.
wore Berks, I know, yeah.
Because then,
Oh,
'cause-
dude, that was like such a good like freshman year was good at that point. Like we hadn't been destroyed by hippie powers yet, so we were just like same aging Brian TSO,
I know it's just so innocent and pure.
and then we got like destroyed by hippie powers when Baron and everything happened. But that's neither here nor there, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I think of being destroyed by hippie powers like officially as like Nick Keys.
Like when Nick Keys gets killed or canceled.
Yeah, that was like hippie powers just like bringing the hammer down.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, but yeah, it's really there's a lot to consider with that term, destroyed by hippie powers.
Yeah, I mean it was included in the same age kids draft one.
And same issue as draft one. Yeah, draft two coming soon.
Yeah, yeah,
we'll
we've been
link it
working
in.
on it every day. No, not really, Spence. You would know.
Yeah, no.
We would have you
I
drip
would,
reading.
yeah, I would be so excited. I would actually be so sad if you guys have been working on it like every day without telling me.
No,
No,
I mean,
no.
part of me thinks what needs to happen is like same age kids as a draft one is more of a concept.
Hmm.
It's a great idea for a movie, but I think that like it needs to simmer a bit. Like we were trying to do this weird thing where we were being like ironic about like a time period that was like happening as
Yeah,
if we weren't like in it as it was happening. Like I feel like the jokes were like clunky because like we were literally like in it. Like you need like you can't make like a period piece during the time period. You have to wait like
Hmm.
5, 10 years. And
yeah,
I think that we'll revisit it at that point.
But it's good.
Like you know there's a new thing.
Yeah, it's
What's
good that you
that?
got it down though. It's good that you got it down though, so that you know what to write about or like a
Yeah,
framework of what to write.
but like we didn't even talk about Palestine in the movie. I feel like you have to talk about Palestine.
Hmm.
yeah. And but like more to what you were saying before, it's like we were making fun of people in this position, but it was literally us, like present us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we didn't have like the separation and the awareness
Hmm.
to I don't know, write about this.
Yeah, it's like the idea is there. Like the bones are there. Like guy who like guys debating the validity of like um pronouns and stuff, but like
Yeah.
guys who are progressive, performative men kind of doing that. But like the way I think we executed it was like in the context of like, I don't know, just like being still those guys, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
and
didn't really work.
we still are to an extent, but obviously less so than 2, 3 years ago. And like in 5 years from now, we're gonna be like so much less that. So
Yeah, and it's like it felt like this like crazy some of it felt like this crazy like commentary that like we hadn't seen yet. And like now a lot of these like points like the left criticizing itself is like all over like social media. Like when you move away from DC, you just meet a lot of people that think like that. And then you're like, oh shit, like if we want to be like actually unique, like this can't be the case. And I think it was a little bit too aesthetically driven, you know? I think the
yeah.
aesthetic can just be there and speak for itself rather than be this like thing we're really articulating with all the dialogue. I don't know.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it would be a great pleasure to revisit this at some point.
Oh, of
Yeah, so
course.
make some connections at the documentary, and
Yeah.
in 10 years, just be like, remember me? I did that two day
Yeah.
2 day documentary. Now you want to fund my entire movie that I wrote?
I mean, yeah, like and like look, I think the thing about it is Same Age Kids sort of started as a adjacent script to a much broader concept that me and Toby were trying to get at throughout our years of writing screenplays together, and that was the making the COVID coming of age movie. You know, and Same Age Kids
Dude,
wasn't quite that, but it's adjacent. You know,
but there's a like a real COVID movie coming out finally of a movie that
really.
takes place during COVID with
Hmm.
Joaquin Phoenix.
No, I
Hmm.
know. I listened to the Theo Vaughn podcast, and I was supposed to see it with Bridget, but then I forgot to buy tickets. So then we just
Mm,
hung out with Roba and drank.
mm.
But
Well,
yeah, dude. But if someone asks me tomorrow, for example, like what would you want to write? It's like the COVID coming of age movie. Like that is what I hope to do. So
I think our original draft was called COVID Coming of Age Movie.
yeah. And I
And
think
then
that there's room. I think the good thing about it too is that there's room for like two or three COVID coming of age movies. So even if we're not the first,
right.
um, there's room for a few.
Yeah, I think so. But it was the concept was COVID Coming of Age combined with Dazed and Confused.
Hmm.
It was after we saw Dazed and Confused that we like kind of mashed them.
Yeah, and then it became more. Then we were like, shit, this has to be in college because like we didn't have like this many friends in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, because we have more fun in college. Um,
Yeah,
Matt, I was thinking, this is so funny that we're going to post this on YouTube. This is so boring to other people.
yeah.
But do
We
you
can
think
cut this.
could you potentially come down to DC when I'm there? Like, if not, we can obviously make plans in New Jersey, but it would just be like so fun
Oh,
if we
dude.
could
Oh,
all be
yeah.
there.
Sorry, I thought this would just get back to you. I talked to Tyler yesterday, and I think I'm gonna come when he's in.
Oh,
When yeah. The only
oh,
it will actually we'll see. It got complicated because I had the reason I didn't commit to that originally was because I was maybe gonna be meeting up with Bridget that weekend, but then I was gonna meet up with her this weekend. But now, as of today, I'm canceling my flight and not seeing her this weekend. But either way, like I feel like I can make it work where I'm seeing you. Wait, is that the weekend after next?
yeah, yeah.
Then actually, yeah, I should be able to come to DC.
Oh, wow. That would be cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because it's just because like I'm not home for that long, and like when I'm in New Jersey, I have like appointments and like doctors and dentists and like whatever. It's just not a whole lot of time. And if
Yeah.
you could come to DC and we go like hang out and go out and whatever, that would be really
Yeah.
fun.
And it's also because it's like for at this point, it's like I haven't been in DC either. Like I gotta see people, people gotta see me too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
this
Yeah.
isn't just gonna be the Toby show, you know?
Oh, well, it was going to be.
Yeah, but I'm crashing it. People are gonna be like, wait,
Thank God.
that one guy is back. Wait, it's actually two
Wait,
guys?
wait, is that Matt or Toby? What?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, wait, no way. You're coming back the 11th? That's when you're in DC,
No, the
Toby?
fifth.
Oh, okay, thank God. Oh my God.
Why is
Because I
that
won't
you and
be.
Christie's 18th and a half month
All
anniversary or something.
right, you know what? You could fuck off a little bit. It's funny. It's we're going to Chrissy's cousin's wedding
Oh wow.
in Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island, where at?
I have no idea. I
Uh,
barely know the day. That's why I
Newport?
was saying probably.
Who knows? I'm
Okay,
not
well,
paying
I'm free.
Well,
I'm free. I'm free the 5th.
the 11th is Hanya's birthday. So, yeah.
Oh, of
Not
course.
October.
How could I
What about
forget?
October 7th?
October 7th. I don't know what happened on that day.
Mm.
Um, October 7th is the day that I leave DC. That's all I know about it.
Perfect. Get
The
out of there.
worst in it.
Yeah. And last year, October 7th was the day that Hanya arrived in America. So that's the most important thing that's
Wow.
ever happened.
And what happened
Hmm.
before that? Did you hear Charlie Kirk thinks October 7th was planned by the Jews?
I did hear that.
He
Is that
thinks that.
true?
Or he thought
Yeah.
that. Yeah, he thinks
There was like a podcast moment
it was like the
that
last time Charlie.
resurfaced.
Yeah, it was like him talking about it like October like 10th maybe, and then he was like, "I just feel like Israel's the most well guarded place in the world. Like anytime Hamas attacks, like they always get destroyed. They were on the brink of a civil war. Like Netanyahu was going to be, like potentially pushed out of power, and then right at that point, they basically allow this attack to happen to justify Netanyahu like taking back kind of this like executive power and like just like doing a total genocide. And like Charlie Kirk was saying this like right after it happened, and then he
Right.
like pivoted, and people are like, "That's why he got killed," because like it's kind of like a little bit anti-Semitic this whole conspiracy, but there's an interesting component to it, I guess. Like just the fact that he was even
Well,
saying that.
yeah. I mean, it's interesting that he was saying that because like it shows like that the narrative on the right didn't exist yet for like how they were going to talk about Israel and
Exactly.
stuff.
Hmm.
It shows that exactly, and it
And
shows
then they
also that a
like
lot of people on the right are like anti-Israel.
yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
just like such an abstracted issue from like the American right. I don't know.
Yeah. They all everyone had to fall in line like following the October 7th, but like it didn't exist quite yet. Anyway,
Hmm.
we should cut this, man. They might be listening and if we post this.
Well, Google just started like the IDF just started paying Google and YouTube to advertise pro-Israel like ads all
Mm.
throughout all throughout there. So yeah,
And
maybe we
maybe
should be
for
careful.
surveillance to catch people like us
Hmm.
spouting weird theories.
Hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, Matt, I'm excited about the potential of you coming to DC then.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. I'll see you guys soon.
I
It's been
think wait before we go, I think next week we should start doing basketball. I think
Yeah, wait, hold on. Kamish, get your shit together. Caleb got to be doing this punishment, and we got to set a
yes.
draft date.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
Caleb's gone if he
but
doesn't do it.
yeah,
Damn.
Toby,
You know
I know
what?
I've asked you this a couple times, but you don't want your brother in this, right?
If Caleb doesn't do it, I'll ask my brother.
Okay,
But
because
I don't know
honestly,
how
I
much
don't
he's
really
gonna
know
ask
who
me.
else would do it
We
unless
can
you
ask
guys
him.
can.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, but pray for Caleb, man. I think something's wrong. I think something's
I
off.
do too. I do
No, I
too.
think I think something's off. I think we don't need to talk about this during the podcast that's going on
Well,
YouTube.
we've
Okay.
talked about a lot of other pointless shit.
But yeah, but like this is like whatever.
But yeah, next week, whenever we do the podcast, you guys come on with some like basketball, like month out thoughts. Actually, I think we're a month out today exactly.
Mm. All
I think it's
right.
October
Yeah,
22nd.
maybe we'll do a little like fantasy draft preview.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
All
All
right,
right,
bye
guys.
guys.
See ya.
Bye.